$11.90. And the mirror, $12.60. $13.90. All this is before America's even discovered. King Henry VIII built a new lodging bridge between the Keep and John of Gaunt's state apartments. Set up a timber frame building in the outer court. New Gatehouse, or over there. Yep, and when the parliamentarians get done, that was what it looked like. That's what happens when you decide that you don't want to do history. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful place. Crawling over walls. Well, everybody else is blowing their nose and hacking too, so I don't feel so bad. These are remains of a chapel built about 1314 by Thomas, Earl of Lancaster. There's a collegiate foundation. Yep, 13 priests, 3-sided apse. Was the site of the hall. That was the high altar. A little church. Huh? Very nice. We never even got to go in that building last time. What's amazing is they built it so long ago and it really is holding together.
So, Mortimer's Tower is over there.
Yes, where we walked around.
The chapel ruins.
Yep.
And the Tudor stables is where we just came.
Yep, and then we're going to go to Leicester's Gatehouse, which is right there. Actually, is that it right here? Hold on.
Yes, it is. It's right here.
Well, there's another building right here. I'm going to go to it first, and then we'll go to Leicester's Gatehouse. Right there. So we'll go over there first. This is another one of the corner towers. Would have went off that direction. There's the Leicester Tower. Look at these magnificent fireplaces they would have had with the flues going up behind each one. Huh? Right? So this flue would have came up behind that one, and then that one would have shot up. This great architecture. I was sitting there talking to you. I don't know. This is one of the few places I've been where just your imagination can. Here, turn around. Oh, there's a nice picture. Very nice. Let me see if I can get the cross behind you. Very nice. No, I was saying, here's your two huge fireplaces. The flues went up right behind. That one went behind that one. To big chimneys. And then you had your guard towers. They'd be stationed along here. And then this lovely, you can't get in there. But here's another walkway. Well, this is just one of the corners of the walls. With the walls that went around it. And of course you have the great Norman Keep up there. That's in the 1100s. And tore down by, they blew it up with gunpowder. Cromwell and his people. Again, this place was on the wrong side of that battle, so you gotta watch it when you have people that want to destroy history. We have a lot of that in our country right now. A lot of people that want to destroy history and curb what you're allowed to say and think. And if you don't look at history, then you're apt to repeat it. And the Civil War wasn't really that good of a thing for England. They did, however, lead to the colonies eventually, 100 and some odd years later. Huh?
Are you filming?
I am. They like their steps, that's for sure. We were at, Rockingham Castle, and they had a whole room where, of course, women, they're having a school over there. They're learning their history. Isn't that awesome? You coming? And then you get a peek right there. That beautiful, beautiful Norman Keep. But this is one thing we didn't get the chance to do last time. Let's go through this thing. This is what he built for the Queen, right?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that one's over there.
Well, where's your map at?
I was going to the bathroom, but anyway, very nice exhibit. It's kind of interesting. It actually tied together some of the stuff that stories that Cheryl and I had heard. So when Henry VIII's son Edward, he was too young to be king, so he was king regent, and apparently it was Robert Dudley's dad. Tried to was the regent. He was the Duke of Northumberland, and he was the regent over Edward. And of course, Edward died of sickness of the flu. And so, what had happened is that Robert Dudley, before Edward died, he didn't want either Mary, because Mary was Catholic. He didn't want Mary to get power, or Elizabeth didn't want either of his daughters. So they changed the rules of succession, and Mary was up north towards Scotland, up by Newcastle. And anyway, so what had happened was Robert Dudley's father and Robert Dudley's brother was married to a gal named Lady Jane Grey. We heard this story in the Tower of London. Lady Jane Grey was 15 years old, and she was a niece far removed from the royalty, but she was in line of succession by a long ways. And so Robert Dudley's father got Edward to pass a law that the only people that could be king or queen had to be Protestants, and So anyway, so what had happened was they put Lady Jane Grey in power. Well, Mary was having none of that. She came marching down with an army, basically gathered people that were on her side, and of course she was Catholic, and came down to London and basically took it over. And then the sad story is that when they went to the Tower of London, immediately Lady Jane Grey and her husband, who was 17 years old, were immediately jailed in the Tower of London. And that was Robert Dudley's father and brother. Lady Jane Grey was executed. So was actually what happened is they actually killed her husband and put his head on a pike. And then before she came to be executed, she had to walk past both his head and his body. And anyway, kind of a sad story there. You could look that up. But anyway, so she becomes executed. Mary becomes queen. Ends up dying on her own right within 5 years. And then Elizabeth becomes queen. And she reinstates the Dudleys to power. Robert Dudley being her betrothed, kind of, Again, Elizabeth Dudley was Anne Boleyn's daughter. Had to watch her be beheaded as a young child. It's no surprise she never married. She never did. But this is sort of a testament to the love of Robert Dudley. He had asked her many, many times to marry him, and she never did. So that's the story of that.